Hey guys, welcome back to the Shipmate YouTube channel. This week we're talking all about case pack quantity, what it is, and why it's important. So guys, simply what is case pack quantity? Well, case pack quantity refers to the quantity at which a manufacturer or distributor packages a product in a box for distribution or sale. So for example, I brought a box in from our warehouse here. This is a case of plates. So in this case of plates, it has a case pack quantity of 3. That means that you will find 3 saleable units of, dishes in this box. So if we just crack this open here real quick, you'll see, in here it's packed real nice. And we got 1, 2, 3 things of plates. And they all fit in this box. And that's how this gets transported. So when this goes on a pallet and goes out to a store or goes to a warehouse for distribution, it comes in this box like this from the manufacturer. Now that we talked a bit about what is case pack quantity, I'm going to tell you why it's important. And the reason it's so important is it allows you to move your goods more efficiently. If I had to sit here and I had to lift these plates one at a time and pack them into a truck all loose and everything, I'd have a lot of breakage, but it would also take a lot of time. It's a lot easier, a lot more efficient, and prevents damage to have everything case packed into a uniform count in boxes and then loaded onto a truck. So one of the key aspects of a case pack is that it is a consistent count, right? If I have a bunch of different items packed in different boxes in different counts, it's really hard to know what I have. But if I put one single SKU in a box and I put that in at a uniform count, I can then count my inventory very quickly and very effectively. So if I see 100 boxes and I know that I have 3 sets of plates per box, I know I have 300 plates. So this is really important for inventory management. It's really important for receiving and shipping because, you're going to be taking that inventory in and you're going to need to count it. And when it goes out, you're going to have to count it. So having this consistent case pack is really important because it allows you to manage your inventory efficiently. It's also important when you're considering case pack to make sure that it's not too heavy or that the box is not too big. One of the main reasons for this is damage, right? Because this stuff's going to get shipped around in there. You don't want it to get super heavy where it crushes itself and breaks the product inside. And you don't want it to be too big and bulky that, it's prone to getting damaged. On top of this, you have certain retailers, certain outlets, certain stores that have set parameters, right? So they're only going to accept case pack up to a certain quantity. They're only going to accept certain box dimensions. Maybe they don't accept case packs over 30 pounds or 50 pounds. So it's really important when you're designing your cases with your manufacturer that you keep in mind who your target audience is. Who are you selling these goods to? Who are you storing these goods with? And what are their requirements? Because a lot of times retailers have these stringent requirements, and it's important to adhere to them so that way you don't get charged or your goods rejected or worse. So it's really important that you keep that all in mind. So how do you choose a good case pack quantity? This is a question I get asked all the time. So generally when you're picking a case pack quantity, it's going to be up to you, right? So I could have put 6 of these plates in a box. I could have put 12 of these plates in a box. I could have put 1 in a box, right? I could put any array of numbers. I mean, if I'm shipping a table, it might be case pack of 1. If I'm shipping a bunch of drywall screws, it might be case pack 2,000. So the question is, how do you determine what your case pack is? I like to keep in mind 3 factors. Like we discussed before, weight, size, and the amount of money, right? So weight's pretty self-explanatory. If your package gets too heavy, it's going to be hard to move. It's going to be hard to transport. You might have to apply a team lift. It becomes very cumbersome, and you don't want to have it be too big and bulky if you can avoid it. Second of all, size. Smaller boxes are easy to move, but you don't want them to get so small that there's no advantage to moving that product, right? Because you want to move this product in groups so you can process your inventory quicker. So you want to find that balance where your box is not too big, not too small. It holds a good number of units, but it's not really a cumbersome box. And then finally, price, right? So if I'm selling this good wholesale, I might want to think about what that wholesale price is when I'm packing something. So let's imagine I'm selling iPhones, right? So iPhones are, $600, $700, $800 net. Now you might even see them for $1,000. Very expensive. If I'm going to case pack the iPhone, I wouldn't want to do a case pack of 144, right? Because if I was selling this to Best Buy at $400 a phone, you could have legitimately a $40,000 case of iPhones. And there's a lot of liability there. That might be too much money for the store, and they might be disincentivized from ordering it. You want to keep that in mind, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to pack 2 things of toothpicks in a box because the box will be worth more than the toothpicks are, right? We're going to wholesale that for 35 cents for the 2 packs of toothpicks. So, you want to keep in mind what is an appropriate size based on the price. And this depends a lot what your audience is. If you're selling to small mom and pop stores, you might want to keep it around $20, $30 a case. If you're selling to larger retailers, they might be okay with a case that's, a few $100. Especially if you're doing luxury items. You might have cases that are $1,000. But it's important to keep your audience in mind when you're designing this case pack because there are financial implications of case pack. Finally, the last thing we're going to talk about with case pack is inner pack. So inner pack's really interesting, and I see a lot of businesses do this, especially in cosmetics and some of those higher end products. And what an inner pack is it's basically a case pack in a case pack, right? So you have a box in a box with product in that box. So the reason you'll do this is you want to get that benefit of being able to move everything quickly and in that big grouping, but maybe it costs a lot of money, or maybe it's a bunch of small items and, nobody's ordering 100, 200, 500 of this item. They're more likely to order 24 or 48, and because of this, you subdivide it. So like, for example, let's say we're doing car air fresheners. If I have car air fresheners in a case pack of 96, it might be very hard to sell this to a mom and pop shop or send it to Amazon because that's a lot of quantity, and I might be capped at a smaller quantity at Amazon, or maybe the mom and pop shop doesn't really want to give me $50 a case for these air fresheners. So I might use this inner pack strategy, and I might put 4 smaller cases within my large case. And these smaller cases have 24 units apiece. So this is a more bite-sized increment way to sell and transport this good. So if I have a small order to a small store, I can send them 1 or 2 inner packs instead of a whole case. I can do the same thing with Amazon. If Amazon's capping me at 50 units, I can send 2 small inner packs instead of the whole case. And this really allows me to be more flexible. It gives me more flexibility with how I'm selling, how I'm transporting my goods, how I'm subdividing my inventory. And I still get the advantage of the larger case pack. So inner packs can be a really important tool when we are talking about case packing, and it's something you and your business should consider. So guys, if you could do me a favor and give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a share. We're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by year's end, and we need your help to get there. We're so close, and we're probably going to just miss it, but you can be the one to help us get there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next week when Santa Claus comes to town.